Meanwhile, James Harden, this is really interesting because he's been such an advocate for not missing time. That's something that, the Warriors are right in the center of that whole maelstrom. All the talk about that, and Harden has not missed a game this season. He's only missed one practice, but he's dealing with a sore wrist, and here's what he had to say about it last night.
It's pretty tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like to feel sorry for myself at all, but just, the shot is short and it's frustrating when you can't really follow through or whatnot, but I'm just going to continue to go out there and do my best.
I know you said you never want to lose a game, but because of what's happening to you physically, would you be open to reduce minutes or no?
No.
Do you feel that you need to change something that you do down the stretch?
Nope. Keep everything how it is. We've been doing the same thing all year long.
What just meant specifically about your wrist? Try to change something the way you do to try
to... Oh, no. Ice treatment, be ready to go.
You think that if it means having
to not play a game?
Ice treatment ready to go. Ice treatment ready to go. Ice treatment ready to go.
You really have to admire his mentality here. But is it smart? Coming up, they have a back-to-back. They're going to face Portland and the Warriors. Would you recommend that perhaps he get together with Mike D'Antoni and reconsider?
In this case, I might consider it because I know what he's dealing with right now. I had the same injury at one point. When you strain your wrist on your shooting hand, people think it only affects you when you're shooting and trying to finish shots. Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that, but here's what happens throughout the course of the game. Anytime you put your hand on somebody's hip or a guy's trying to post you up and you put your hand in their back, and they push against that, you're bending that joint. You're constantly straining it. Even when you catch a pass or dribble the basketball, you feel it. But particularly when he goes to finish a shot, he feels a jolt of pain in his wrist. It prevents you from finishing it the way that you want to when you hit the front rim a lot, the way that he did last night. What can help that? This could be something that lingers within the rest of the year, but if you could find a 3 or 4 day pocket by strategically giving him one game off even, where it leads to 4 days of rest, he could feel exponentially better. So I think in this case, it might make a lot of sense. He's one of these guys that says, look, if I can play, I play.
Right.
Russell Westbrook says the same thing. It's incomprehensible to them unless you're really hurt and can't go. You're going to be out there for your team. And, it also plays into the fact that the other guy he's battling with for the MVP hasn't missed a game. So that's got to be in James Harden's mind because it's important.
Well,
both of these guys
he
would love
said
to win
it
the
should
award.
be considered, right?
Should be considered.
When people are voting for MVP, that should be considered. I mean, he hasn't been shy about saying it, so there you go.
And I don't have a problem with that being weight in someone's mind. Like, yeah, you know what? That should count. And that matters to me as a voter. It certainly shouldn't be a disqualifier if you haven't played every game. But he's trying to say, look, I'm trying to give my impression here and sprint through the wire for my team. And that's what James Harden and Russell Westbrook are both trying to do for their teams. Also, they need to be out there to give their teams a chance to win, and they're both still playing for a lot as they wind the season down here. So I get the mentality, but I just know with what he's dealing with, if you don't get a little bit of time off here, I don't know when that's going to start to feel better. And you're in the playoffs here in a couple of weeks.
And I don't know any MVP voter that would actually fault you in any way for sitting when you're obviously hurt the way he is.
Not at all.
So, you got to consider that as well. Tim Legler, thanks.
Thanks, Anna.
All right.